What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm here today with the 5th episode of the Arratikast. I'm here today with my good buddy Ryan. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Ryan Jacob, and I'm HIV positive.
Fantastic, because I am also positive with hepatitis.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. How'd that happen?
It's a long story. Happened at Disneyland, but we'll get into that later. Or maybe we won't. That's the mystery.
You probably sat on the toilet. Mystery solved.
Yeah, I would say I did that in probably one of the dirtiest parts of the park is Toontown. It's pretty bad over there. They don't ever clean it.
Do they not?
I don't think so. It's always dirty every
Jesus Christ.
It's always dirty every time I go over there, honestly. It's pretty bad.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Arratikast podcast, and the podcast where we talk all things podcast within podcast and your weekly podcast where we podcast.
I'm not going to make a podcast inception joke because that's just gay. So let's move on.
All right, just like my HIV positive diagnosis. But we're going to talk about a couple things. A lot of things has happened over these couple weeks, in our opinion. But first, before we get into all that, we're going to talk about a couple movies that we've seen within these, again, past couple weeks. Briefly, right. We're not going to give full-on reviews like we did our previous episode, which we talked about Incredibles 2, which you can check out. And the Avengers
before then. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're still going to do our regular thing, but we're going to, again, still talk about movies, but we're going to do something really cool at the end. Hope that you guys like it, so stick around. But we saw a couple movies.
Yep.
And I really wanted to talk about this little indie company that's trying to lift their franchise off the ground, but they're not really doing all that well. And that is the Star Wars franchise.
See, I've heard of them. Through the grapevine, shall we say. We don't really see too much from them. You know what? They're sort of flying under the radar right now, but with their new movie, Han Cholo, that just came out.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's an accurate portrayal of a Hispanic family.
Yeah, it's a good portrayal of Mexican culture, mind you. They decided to take Han Solo and make him into Mexican. Why? Because representation, and it matters.
Right, representation does matter, especially for us. I mean,
yes.
As you may or may not know or care, we are Hispanic, so we're able to play that race card whenever we feel fit. Yes. And when they decide to cater to us specifically, it makes us feel pretty good.
Yeah, so that's instant, 10 out of 10 movie for us.
Right. I mean, forget about the writing, forget about all that other stuff. If we're represented, then it's 10 out of 10. Yeah. Just like, when the Ghostbusters came out, the second one, I remember women everywhere were just like, wow, this is the greatest movie of all time. There are women in a movie.
Yeah, and then I excused every bad joke that was delivered out of Melissa McCarthy's mouth and said, you know what? It's women. And we need to recognize that.
That's right, because they deserve things too.
Do you remember what happens at the end of Ghostbusters?
Honestly, I don't. I erased the whole movie from my memory.
That's what I mean. But anyway, with Han Solo, though, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, and a lot of people were going in there expecting some sort of art house film. It was going to be like, oh, it's going to be the greatest thing of all time. Yeah. It's going to be blah, blah, blah. But honestly, it was a fun, cheesy Star Wars movie. It sort of reminded me, not so much of the old ones, but it felt like a Star Wars movie. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
The practical effects were top of the line.
Of course.
Which is what, real Star Wars fans, real Star Wars fans hours right now come to expect is those practical effects, those real costumes, those real sets.
Yes.
Obviously, there's going to be CGI. Let's not kid ourselves, but
it's impossible to make a Star Wars movie without
not these
CGI.
days.
Yeah.
But in any case, I had a good time.
It's a crazy thing because again, this, like you said, this is a movie that nobody wanted and everybody expected to go in just hating it. Then actually seeing what the movie had to deliver with all this with a heist genre, because that's a genre in itself, because there's just so many movies out there that covers them taking something that doesn't necessarily belong to them, but they decided to do it with Star Wars. They added a little galactic spin to it.
Yeah.
Put in Han Solo and Chewie, but it talked about his origins and stuff. And there are some things that I absolutely loved, like you said, the costume design, all the set designs. It really felt like you were in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They actually put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, And I knew I was in for a treat the moment in the beginning where that giant fish dildo pops up from the fucking water thing, and then she's like, Han Solo, you are. And she doesn't say Han. She's like, Han, you're a rebel. You can't do all this, and you're a troublemaker. And then he's just like, yeah, that's why I'm Han.
Yeah, not Solo yet.
Yeah. He looks at the camera. Is like, that's why I'm Han right now, not Solo.
Right. He was talking directly to the audience. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. I like the main guy, Alden Ehrenreich. Mostly all the cast, really.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't like any performance that I was just like, it could have been better. I mean, it was all pretty,
Yeah,
standard.
exactly. Alden Ehrenreich. I can't say his name because
Alden
Ehrenreich.
Alden, whatever. Yeah.
It's that's how you say his name for any of those who don't know how to pronounce it. Alden Ehrenreich. He was good as Han Solo. The guy who played Chewie was Chewie. I mean,
you really can't make you just roar and
Yeah.
just kind of be Chewie. And I think Peter Mayhew may have like consulted. Obviously he can't do Chewbacca these days. He can barely walk, the poor man.
Yeah,
but
the new young actor that they got. Pretty good. Yeah. He's doing Chewbacca pretty well.
Yep.
And, Childish Gambino as Landino was pretty fucking cool.
Yep.
I liked it. Even though sometimes he was doing a Billy D. Williams impression, I kind of wanted him to take his own little take on the character from time to time. It seemed like a little bit inconsistent at times, but I liked him. Like I'm looking forward to seeing more of him as Lando.
Yeah, same here.
Kira, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Amelia Clark, Woody Harrelson as Beckett was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany, I didn't really much care for.
Paul Bettany was the Scarface guy, right?
Yeah. He was he never left his quarters. That was kind of like one of the...
It's like you always saw him in his basically little collection room.
Yeah. Like any good villain, in my opinion, they would establish who they are first, but then they would actually go out there and do the things themselves.
Right.
I didn't get that in Paul Bettany.
Well, I mean, he was like a mob boss. I mean, like, when do mob bosses ever leave anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, Vader was kind of like a mob boss. But
well, I mean,
like
he was the boss of
an entire fleet and army.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds a little different, I guess. But well, anyways.
Yeah, but there's a couple things again we didn't like. How I didn't like how he got the name Solo.
It was kind of retarded. If I'm being honest,
it was
really
stupid
dumb.
As shit.
It was dumb. Honestly, legitimately, he goes through this Imperial checkpoint to try to leave the planet. He gets separated from Kira, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to come back for you. I'm going to become a pilot." So his only option at that point is to become an Imperial pilot. So he goes to basically enlist. And actually, I did kind of like how they were doing this like Imperial propaganda thing where it was just see the galaxy funny. And it had like the Imperial march playing, but it was kind of upbeat and happy and
as if they're like fighting the good fight,
right, fighting the good fight, bringing peace and prosperity to the galaxy and all that stuff.
And that was one thing I'm a huge fan of, like the Imperials kind of brainwashing this society into making them think that, oh hey, we're actually the good guys.
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I never seen that in Star Wars because it's always like pushed and shoved down your throat that the Empire is like, are they're bad guys.
Right, exactly. So like just kind of seeing that, it made me feel like this was a real world thing.
Yeah.
Like I was actually in the Star Wars world, but he goes to enlist and he's like, "Oh, my name is Han." And the guy's like, "Well, Han what? What's your last name? What's your people?" He's like, "Oh, well, I don't have a people," because the whole story is he's like a runaway, he's a stray, he's like a little gutter kid basically.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, you don't have anyone with you. You're alone, so we're going to call you Han Alone." Oh, no, wait, we're going to call you Han Solo.
Oh, but I can't call you Solo because that's a little bit racist, so we're going to call you Cholo to kind of fit your demographic.
Right. God damn it.
And so that's how the movie gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Mm-hmm. And there's plus with all the stuff layered to be delivered into the movie, such as the story, the pacing, the acting, all the special effects, all the stuff that makes Star Wars, all the things that you really want to see within a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, there was
like maybe acting, like no one really gives a shit.
No, yeah, exactly. At this point, we've kind of thrown that to the wayside. Like we don't want that. We want cool space battles. We want cool fights.
Yeah,
and just general sci-fi fun. And honestly, like you had mentioned when you had saw it before me, you told me there was a scene in there that was like, oh yeah, this is a Star Wars film right here. This is it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that scene with them going through that big old cloud being chased by the Imperials and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like one of those like, oh hell yeah, I had the music playing. It was, they're all trying to fight their way out of the, know.
Yeah.
Like, man, this is it right here. This is legit.
This is actual like good Star Wars shit. But other than that, it's one of those movies I'm kind of still debating if it comes out, I'll get it on Blu-ray.
Just get it.
I'll probably.
I mean, maybe not Steelbook, but definitely get it on Blu-ray.
Maybe Steelbook, because
I
have The Last Jedi in Steelbook.
I mean, it kind of depends on how nice the Steelbook looks. I mean, honestly, Steelbooks like the Coco Steelbook that you got me, legit. The Black Panther Steelbook that we saw come out looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just on like the look alone.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm going for, just for looks and for just the high demand on movies, how good it does in box office and shit. But anyway, going into our ratings, what would you rate Solo?
I'd give it a solid 7.
A solid 7? I would go there too. I'll say 7.
Yeah.
A lot of forgettable things, a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
But, again, it's a Star Wars movie. We're not any of those like toxic fan bases where they harass Kelly Marie Tran online, which was absolutely abysmal.
All right, let's get into that just real quick. Kelly Marie Tran is a person. She's just a normal person who just got roped into being a Star Wars character that nobody seems to like. Fine, you have your rights to not like that character.
Yeah, of course.
But don't harass that person in real life. It's fucking ridiculous. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be one of those social justice fucking assholes who's like, oh, don't harass. Like, no, seriously, don't be an asshole to people.
Yeah, just simple, straight up, don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Look, yeah, okay, you didn't like her character. I didn't like her character, but she seems like a genuinely nice person. If you look at her on any of those events where she's on the red carpet and shit, she's just happy to be there.
Yeah, like that moment where she saw that little girl dressed up as Rose Tico on the red carpet, and then she just breaks down crying.
Yeah,
and she was just genuinely happy to see that her character was like reaching out to young girls. So yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
Sure.
It's a way to look at it. But for people to go online saying that you have the worst character, go kill yourself, you don't belong in Star Wars, come on.
Yeah, like don't.
It's too late. Come on.
Yeah, look, these movies are made. She's gonna be in the next one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So just don't be an asshole. That's all we're saying.
Unless JJ kills her in the next one.
Right. Unless JJ kills her, in which case, still don't be an asshole. But
yeah. So we're not part of that toxic fan base.
Yeah, look, neither of us thought her character was any good at all.
Yeah, she's okay. She's kind of growing on me.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but
I still don't like her character, but that doesn't mean I don't like her as a person. Whatever, she's fine. Doesn't matter.
I just don't like her final line where she's just like, yeah, that's how we're gonna win, not by fighting what we love, but saving what we hate.
Not by fighting. Yeah, God.
And then she stabs Finn and then kisses him, and then there's an explosion going on in the back. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cringe, but
which I didn't understand. They crashed right in front of all the walkers. Why didn't the walkers just shoot them right there?
Yeah, Finn was able to drag her from like however like miles away from the door.
Right, and it's not like they're in the forest where they can like hide behind a tree or like a rock or something. They're on a salt flat. It was flat. Completely flat. Whatever. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next movie that we're gonna talk about.
Maybe Kylo didn't give a shit. Anyway, we both give Solo a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Now another movie came out. This is like a highly anticipated movie for us. This is like we're going into like real film. This is like filmmaking at its finest, because there's this little company, kind of little. We're not joking. But they're slowly coming into the mainstream because they've been nominated for Oscars. They've won an Oscar for Best Picture, and that's A24.
Yep.
And this is a production company that's producing all these really good films, supporting all these good filmmakers and stuff. Like without them, we wouldn't have Denis Villeneuve. Simple.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he made Enemy.
Oh shit.
And that was A24, and because of that, he was able to get all these big deals. And then a couple years later, he was able to do Blade Runner. So thank you A24 for Denis Villeneuve, and thank you A24 for bringing in a gay black boy movie. That was revolutionary in itself. But we're not talking about gay black boys. We're actually going to be talking about Hereditary.
That's right.
That's a movie that came out over the weekend, and we were anticipating it.
Yep.
Because my buddy Art from the A to Z show.
Shout out
to you. He hyped it up for me ever since he saw it at Sundance, and he was all like, "Oh shit, guys, you need to see Hereditary. Shit's crazy."
Yeah, I mean, I had seen the previews for it for a while.
Yeah.
And just the way they were kind of selling it in the previews, I'm like, oh, this looks creepy as shit. I'm so down.
Yeah. That's like the whole thing with horror movies nowadays. It's like all the mainstream ones are really lenient towards like the on camera jump scares where it's just some ghost screaming at the camera.
Yeah.
And then you have no choice but to jump because it's just so loud and unexpected.
Yeah, and like the music builds up. There's like that really low bass that slowly gets like louder and louder and louder. And it's like as soon as you hear that, it's almost like you got to prepare yourself for like, okay, something's gonna jump out, or it's either something's gonna jump out or absolutely nothing is gonna happen. It's gonna be one of those things where it builds up and then it's like a cutoff where like, oh, I'm gonna walk really slowly towards the door and the music's building up as I get closer and my hand touches the thing and the music is at a crescendo and I open and then it cuts. Like the music cuts because there's nothing behind the door. And it's like, oh, and then everyone gets lulled into that false sense of, oh, I guess nothing's going to happen. And then she turns around and
then it's there.
And then the music gets really loud again. And then, oh, I'm so glad the music is there to tell me how to feel.
Yeah, and then she shows the lady Ghostbusters and she's like, no, lady Ghostbusters.
My one weakness.
And then just melts and then that's how they die.
Yeah.
Hereditary doesn't have that.
No.
Thank God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were like some jump scares, but I would say like I could probably count the jump scares like on my hand, on one hand. It wasn't a lot at all.
Actually, I think there was only one, if I'm being honest, like towards the end.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Towards the end, there's just one, but it was effective because it really did have that build up. But we're not going to get into spoilers all that much. But overall, Hereditary was definitely one of the best horror movies I've probably seen this decade.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
A24 always puts out quality movies from like dramas, obviously, horror movies. They even dealt with a little bit of action at some points, but they are really into really personal storytelling within their filmmakers. They really want their filmmakers to actually tell a worthy story.
Yeah.
And thankfully, with director Ari Aster, with his directorial debut, he was able to tell a story, like a family drama in a sense, but they just get caught up in all this crazy shit.
Yeah, because that's kind of what it was. It was just them dealing with
like grief and
grief
loss.
and exactly. Yeah. And then just so happens to have some spooky shit.
Yeah, and we're not going to complain if like a grandparent were to ever give us like something like an ugly sweater or a fucking cringy pair of Crocs compared to what this grandma has in store for them.
Oh boy,
this is some pretty disturbing shit. I wouldn't say scary.
It's more disturbing. Like it sticks with you. Like when you get jump scared at a movie, for example, like you're scared for that instant, maybe a couple seconds after that while your heart rate goes back down. But for the most part, it's like, ooh, I got spooked. I'm fine, But this movie like sticks with you. Like I left the theater like, oh my God, like I feel weird.
Yeah, that's how a movie did its job, and it's kind of crazy. And it does something. I give the biggest praise to Hereditary for this. It does something with darkness that was so creative that it made me sleep with the lights on for at least 2 days. And because they play around with the darkness and the whole lighting to where like if your eyes adjust to something pretty quickly, then you'll be like, oh shit, something is there.
Yeah.
And then it's messing with your mind because people are in dark rooms a lot in some of these scenes. And when you actually do see something and then nothing is happening, and it's just like either standing there or just like the music is building up and it's clearly showing what it's showing on screen, it becomes creepy.
Yeah,
it's something that that's an actual fear for some people. But this movie was able to play up on it, and it's I give props to whoever did all like the lighting and shit like that, because lighting does matter within movies.
Of course.
And one of the biggest praises I can give to Hereditary was able to play up on a fear that I actually have, or it kind of messes with your mind a bit.
Yeah, and a lot of people have that fear of the dark because it's the fear of the unknown. Like, what is in that dark corner? You know, like you don't know, and that's what scares you. It could be anything. It could be a puppy. It could be a fucking demon. You know, like you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's spooky about it. But my biggest praise that I can give that movie is not just the fact that it was a disturbing movie that sticks with you after the fact, but Toni Collette. Her performance in that movie, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't anything that was like, you know, oh my God, it's the greatest performance of all time, but it was a great performance. It was a great performance.
It was a great, portrayal of a mother dealing with grief.
Yeah, and slowly going crazy in the process. Yeah,
it was done in a way I haven't seen in a horror movie in a long time.
Yeah.
And usually horror movies are focused on they're focused on the scares, but this one's focused on the family drama, and Toni Collette really sells that.
Yeah.
She does an excellent job. People are really advocating for her to get nominated for an Oscar, and I really hope so. I mean, I don't really care, but she definitely solidified herself as being like a fantastic actress. And I can't wait what she does next with her acting performances and stuff. Maybe Star Wars will get a hold of her. Hey, do you want to be a lead female villainess?
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, and then she'll slowly go insane and start.
That's just her character. That's just her character from that point going forward.
And start like flossing herself, if you know what I mean.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
If you've seen that movie, you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, Toni Collette was good. Another person I thought was good, but a lot of people were having problems with him, was Alex Wolff.
Yes.
The little kid from Naked Brothers Band from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Which is weird saying.
Good reference.
But that's the best thing. He was also in last year's Jumanji. I thought he was good for the 5-minute screen time that he had, because most of it was just like The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Sure, that's what we paid to see anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But he was in that movie too. I thought he was good. But for him to actually be in Hereditary, it really expanded on his acting chops. I kind of like seeing when, like, you know, like people who were like in that like little kids club or whatever, and like Nickelodeon they're able to reach out, like go out of that and become like an actor, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm still waiting for Ned from Ned's Declassified to come in and start his acting career,
to make a fucking comeback.
Right, exactly. Man, I miss Ned and I miss Cookie, the black kid.
Yeah,
and what was that girl's name? Mo. Or was it Mo?
I think it was Mo.
I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, his performance.
His performance
lost my train of thought.
Was solid.
Yeah, it was solid. A lot of people are saying, it wasn't emotional enough. It wasn't this, wasn't that. But there's a scene in the movie that kind of explains his past and why he's sort of like that. And it doesn't explain it in a way that makes the audience feel like they're dumb. You kind of have to pick up on it.
Yeah. Essentially, he's got mommy issues.
Yeah, he's got mom issues, but not only that, but just like the way he's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah. The whole, the thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like mimicking some of the things that Toni Collette's character talked about at one point in the movie. That was a sad moment.
Yeah.
Just to see a mother say that to her kid.
It's like, poor kid. It was like we're not going to get into that.
But anyway, but like it was one of those things where it's like, okay, now it explains why he's a little bit slower than usual, which is what a lot of people were saying, like, oh, this is the problem with this character. He didn't have a lot of, emotional moments. Like, well, yeah,
it's
because
that's the fucking point.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's like saying like, oh, Lieutenant Dan didn't have any legs in the movie. Like, oh, well, yeah, because if you fucking paid attention, he got his legs blown off.
How come Lieutenant Dan's all like has PTSD and then he's all angry all the time?
Well, yeah, because
if you fought in a fucking war and
paid attention, it fucking explains it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway. We liked all their characters, especially the dad and the little girl Charlie. I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, there wasn't a single performance in that movie where I was like, this is bad. They're all above average or better.
Yeah, it was funny because I was watching a video from my buddy Chase talking about Hereditary, and then he was talking about the little girl. And he didn't like her at all. He was just like, she has got to go, like, right now. And then something happens in the movie, and he's like, oh, shit, now I feel bad.
I think maybe that's what they were going for.
Pro. Little cluck sounds. I ban every single cluck sound that happens in this house. Nope. can't do it.
In any case.
But anyway, if you're planning to go see Hereditary, don't expect it to be this jump scare horror fest, because you're not going to get it. And just go see the movie, experience this probably this best horror movie of possibly the decade.
And I like to call it a horror movie as opposed to a scary movie, like something I would call like your Paranormal Activity or any sort of like, slasher film that comes out. Those are scary movies because they're jump scares, they're this, they're that, whatever.
Yeah.
This one is a horror movie. Like, it'll mess with you psychologically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So go in there expecting that. Don't go in there expecting a normal scary movie, because I've seen a lot of people who frequent these scary movies and they're like, oh, this wasn't scary at all. Same thing with It Comes at Night.
Yeah.
Also from A24.
Yeah. But that was a brilliant film. Like, what they were able to portray with all the the setting, and they use that setting as symbolism.
Yeah.
Same thing what they do with Hereditary. Also with The Witch, they do the same thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Witch was also fantastic.
Yeah, it wasn't by any means a scary movie. It was a horror movie.
Yeah. It's about a family.
Yeah.
Going to hell.
Through, pretty much. But yeah, so all in all, what would you give Hereditary?
I'll give Hereditary a solid 9 out of 10.
Honestly. I would.
I enjoyed the heck out of it. I mean, there are a couple scenes where it does kind of slow down, but I know it was meant for the story. Mm-hmm. But overall, it did its job in making you feel like you were part of the family just going insane. Yeah. The way they deal with all the lighting and shit. That, again, that's one of the biggest praises and stuff.
The lighting was good. All of the scenes were shot beautifully.
Yeah.
It wasn't...
Dude, that opening shot with the camera panning to that miniature and slowly pans into that room and transitions into the real...
like, seamlessly.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful shit. And that's how I knew. I was like, dude, I'm in for a fucking treat.
Yep. It was just, oh my God. Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah, heck,
and that
now I remember.
Now, like, kind of going back to the miniatures that you were talking about, one of my favorite scenes was the one where she was making the miniature of her mother standing in the doorway, and it has that behind shot of,
that's
like...
fucking creepy.
God, what was it? It was like a shot from behind the figurine of the mother looking through the doorway, and you see Toni Collette's face, like, completely filling the doorway.
Yeah.
Just staring back.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's just the visual on that was just like, I don't know. I really enjoy that. Not to mention, like, the exterior shots of the house and the scenery and stuff.
Yeah.
Were all shot really, really, really well.
Yeah, there's a theory out there that's like, people are saying that, this movie didn't happen. It was all in, like, Toni Collette's mind because of all the miniatures that she built. And it was her way of expressing, all of her grief and all of her past, but then she just suddenly just goes fucking insane.
And, maybe that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It leaves it up to interpretation.
Yeah, that's honestly respectable and stuff. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me for Hereditary. What'd you give it?
Yeah, I'd give it a 9 as well.
Okay, so we have an even score for Solo
so far.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
So go see Hereditary, and if you haven't seen Solo, if you have time, I guess, or money, just go watch it. But definitely go see Hereditary. Put that on your to watch list. We highly recommend it.
Yeah,
it's a great film. It's definitely better than Truth or Dare, which I saw earlier this year, and let me tell you, that's not good. That's how horror should not be done. They do something with the ending in Truth or Dare that made me laugh.
Because they ripped it off from The Ring?
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so we're going to just derail off of movie reviews for a little bit. So now you got our quick thoughts on Solo and Hereditary.
Right.
But we're going to talk about a little event that's happened over this weekend and past couple of days. And we're huge fans of. We've been following this ever since we were little kids.
Yep. And let me go ahead and break the news that we are big fans of the Home and Garden Expo.
Yes.
Now happening in Anaheim, man. If you see the hedges there, my God.
So much hose.
So many hose. So many... yard work equipment. As Mexicans, we look at that and we're like, oh, orale homes, as they say, this is going to be great. It's going to be the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait that they're actually building like a fully automatic lawnmower where you can it's voice activated.
It's incredible.
It's freaking amazing.
Oh, also, I think E3 is happening.
Oh yeah, shit, that's right.
All right.
So not too much happened at the Home and Garden Expo, but E3 happened, and that is also something that we've been following since we were little kids. We were always gamers first and foremost. If I was like, if I would call myself like a filmmaker right now, I would always call myself a gamer as well.
Yeah.
Because I believe that sometimes games tell better stories than movies do.
Yeah.
And there was a point where like games were better than movies, but I don't think it's that case anymore.
Yeah, I mean, not as much anyway. Not as much as they used to be.
Yeah, but
they're still the rare occasion, but you're
Yeah.
kind of right on that aspect.
But now it's like really focused on like shooter games, and it's just like whatever. Yeah. What can you do? But E3 happened, and I'm so excited on how many games that they announced, even some that I didn't even expect were going to be announced. And just for them just dropping the idea of like, oh, this is going to be this combined with this. And you're like, okay. I'm definitely hooked. I'm on board. I may have to buy myself another system in order for me to play this game.
Yep.
Besides Xbox, because all the Xbox games with this new generation was not good.
Yeah, their exclusives have kind of been trash, but
yeah.
What can you do?
But luckily we're PS4 guys. We're Sony people. So thank God for that.
Leave all that hate in the comments below. Let us know how gay we are for liking PlayStation.
We are excited that PlayStation is getting a lot of cool stuff, and such as I really want to talk about this game because this is a highly anticipated game ever since I played the first one. That's Last of Us Part 2.
Boy! Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
I only saw that one trailer where it shows Ellie like running around and just having that combat mode and stealth mode that it looks like she was going to be the main character.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty fucking intense. They updated on like what you're able to do in the first one and put into the second one.
All of the animation looks too fluid.
Yeah.
Like, they say, oh, this is like, the in-game engine and, it's actual gameplay, but it looks too good. I'm going into it skeptical. Now, mind you, I'm still going to buy it. I'm still going to play it. It's still going to be an amazing game, I'm sure. If it's anything like the first one, it's going to be great. But just the preview that they were showing, it looks too good. The animation is too fluid. It doesn't look like a normal game where if you were to shoot a bad guy, they did, their body would immediately ragdoll or fall over or whatever. Yeah. Their bodies react like a normal human body would after being shot in the head. Like there was a scene where the Ellie was hiding underneath a car, and one of the bad guys or whatever was looking for her, and like she peeks down, like the bad guy peeks down and sees her. There's like a second of like, oh shit, there she is. Pulls out the gun. The bad guy pulls out the gun, but then your character shoots the person in the head,
just square in the fucking cheek.
Square in the cheek. The person like kind of twitches like it just got shot, stays there for a second, like your muscles are still kind of working, and then falls over, like slumps over. Yeah. And just seeing that was like, oh man, that looked a little too real.
Yeah, it was a little disturbing at points, but it was like, yeah, that's kind of what we want in like this really serious approach to a zombie apocalypse. Yeah. And I can't wait to see what they haven't really revealed what's going on with like story wise.
No, it was just one of those.
Here's gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
what more can I ask for gameplay?
It's E3 for God's sake. Like they're not going to pull a fucking Cloverfield paradox and say it's coming out tomorrow.
And then everyone's like, yay, and by the end of it they're just like, no,
oh man,
that last shot with the monster, rare. Yeah. But hopefully not for Last of Us Part 2, because that's a highly anticipated game.
Now, speaking of another highly anticipated game, let's talk about Country Roads taking us home with Fallout 76.
Heck yeah. Actually, you know what? I was very against the idea of an MMO Fallout game.
I don't know if it's going to be like an MMO. I've heard people comparing it to, say, like Metal Gear Survive, which I don't know if it's going to be like that, though. They're saying it's going to be one of those like build your base, try to survive, collect resources, that sort of thing. Yeah. It's Bethesda. They're going to do a fine job on it, I'm sure. People are just hating the fact that it's not another standard Fallout game, which we already have 4 of them. I don't think we need any more, really.
Yeah, you can pick up the Game of the Year edition, which has all the DLC for $20.
Dope. I'm still playing that shit. I'm still trying to get through Nuka World right now. Yeah. But
hours upon hours of entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Which is great. You know what I mean? Like I can still go back to Fallout 3 or New Vegas or Fallout 4 and have a dank ass time, because it's like it's a fun game. Yeah. You know, but do I want another one of those? Dude, my plate's already full. You know, like maybe give me something a little different in the Fallout world. You know, and I think that's their way of trying to, keep it spicy, keep it fresh.
Yeah, like freaking Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
They did something different. And that was that Bethesda that made it?
Yeah, it was Bethesda.
They would have to get the rights. Okay.
Yeah, it was still Bethesda. But, it was just one of those things. It was new, and I appreciate them for trying.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like it's a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or whatever where it's just, copy paste. Next, oh, hey, we're not going to do it in World War II. We're going to do it in World War I. Huh, aren't we funny?
And then Battlefield 5 is just like, hey, there's no pay-to-play DLC. There's no loot boxes,
which means it's gonna have pay-to-play and loot boxes. I guarantee it.
Any EA conference or panel is just a complete fucking disaster.
Yeah, because they say one thing and then it's like, oh well, things change in the production process, so we're gonna have to. We need to help pay some of our animators and what have you. So we're gonna include loot boxes, and they're gonna have power-ups that you can use to be better at multiplayer.
Yeah, it's like no one fucking wants that.
No.
It's all garbage.
Well, obviously some people do because they wouldn't be making it if people didn't purchase it. But yeah, it becomes frustrating. Like when Battlefront, whatever, the Star Wars one, the second Star Wars
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 came out. They had those loot boxes and you could literally buy power-ups for your guy right off the bat. You didn't have to level. Like, you could get them by leveling up, but fuck you. You're not going to level up if you're just getting, wrecked every match.
And it makes me so mad. It's like, that's not how game's supposed to be. You're supposed to earn stuff by playing.
Exactly.
And it makes me so mad that, like, how you get all these fucking little kids robbing their parents' credit cards and just taking all the fucking glory and shit.
Or,
what about the regular guy?
Or better yet, keep it like Overwatch, where it's like, yeah, you can buy loot boxes, but everything there is cosmetic. Nothing changes how strong your gun is or how fast your character is or gives them a new ability. It's like, no, these characters are set in stone.
Just if be good at the game.
It just get good. If you want to look cool, great, pay some more money, which I'm totally all for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if people want to spend hundreds of dollars on a game they already paid $60+ for, then to have their character have a cool outfit. I mean, hell, like when that Mercy skin came out for Overwatch for the breast cancer awareness thing,
I was about to mention that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty dope.
Yeah,
and like all of the proceeds went to breast cancer research.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was like, well, it's kind of dope.
Well, support the breast cancer. And I mean, don't support breast cancer, but go against like
like support the research to try and get it whatever. But I was like, that's a pretty cool idea. I still like my Mercy witch skin from the Halloween, but I was like, all right, I'm not gonna spend $15 on it, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but again, get good at the game. That's what games are supposed to be. Yeah. But it looks like EA isn't going off of that idea anytime soon.
Let's go and move away from EA right now, because I'm gonna just get enraged. But let's talk about getting good. And what game do they tell you to get good more at than the Dark Souls series? Now, mind you, they're not making another Dark Souls. They said very clearly.
They said, "Fuck you, we're not making."
Three is the last
Dark
one.
Souls.
3 is the last one. You ain't getting another one. But we're gonna talk about Dark Souls, samurais, grappling hooks.
There's like a name to it, but nobody calls it by that. It's just like Dark Souls Samurai.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, hell, I call Bloodborne just Dark Souls Renaissance Fair or whatever, or Dark Souls like 1800s or whatever.
Yeah,
Bloodborne was fun. It was basically Dark Souls, just like, a couple new mechanics.
Yeah,
Bloodborne was great, and I'm sure they're gonna do the same thing with this samurai Dark Souls, basically. But
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm looking to get frustrated again. You've never played a Dark Souls game, so you don't know what it's like.
I don't want to throw my controller out the window or hang myself in anger.
Well, see, the thing is, though, is that they've gotten a little bit easier since Demon Souls. Demon Souls was like... That's
it's like a big fuck you fest.
Yeah, pretty much. Demon Souls was terrible in the sense that it was ridiculously hard. And it gotten like easier. Don't get me wrong. They're still very difficult to play games. Not difficult to play, but difficult to master.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, provides a good challenge for people who like games like that.
Yeah. I mean, I like a challenge, but not a challenge where it just makes you just want to retry over and over and over. And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though, is that this game is fair. It's not like it's like hitting you with them cheap shots or whatever. It's like, if you want to learn or if you want to beat this guy, you need to learn its moves. You need to learn
its pattern. You gotta
which is exactly what the whole Dark Souls thing is. Like when they telegraph a certain move, they'll wind back a certain way. Oh, it's going to be a sweeping one, or when he moves this way, it's going to be a straight down one. I better dodge to the left or dodge to the right or dodge back or block or parry or whatever.
All this shit you got to memorize.
Exactly, which makes it that much more satisfying when you actually do beat this guy. It's like, fuck yeah, dude, finally.
Until someone comes up and kills you and then takes away your glory, and then you're already fucked and you have to fight the boss again.
Yeah, and then squats over because they have like emotes in the game that you can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of the times, because I used to play like what they would call the invader. Yeah. So basically, like, you'd go into someone else's game while they're trying to run through the level and basically try to kill them.
Jesus Christ.
So not only are they dealing with the, difficult enemies in the game, but they're also dealing with a player trying to just fuck with them.
Yeah.
And, you kill them or get a cheap shot in on them, and you squat over their body like you're pooping on them.
No,
say, ha, ha, ha.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty... whatever. But
Dark Soul Samurai. That's another game we're looking forward to. I'm probably gonna get it. I don't know, because
I know I'll get it.
I don't want to fucking.
I mean, at the very least, I'll let you play it when I'm not home or something. You can definitely play that shit.
Yeah. There's that game that got announced. Halo. I'm a huge fan of the Halo series.
Yeah.
But I keep hearing that Halo 5 was garbage, and kind of makes me like a little less interested on the new Halo installment, which is fine. Whatever. They announced the Division 2.
Yeah,
I haven't played the first Division.
I played the Division quite a bit.
Was it good?
It's okay. It kind of reminded me of like a modern day-ish Destiny.
Yeah.
Which I played a lot of that as well. Like you team up with people or you don't. And you go on these missions that kind of get repetitive after a while. You get these cool guns, and you can kind of like, I don't know. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like there were like raids and things like that. You can go on. The raids were fun because you can get like exclusive loot and things like that to make your gameplay better. But it was just like you're playing just to be able to play better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really any like progression that I was a fan of. Who knows? They might change it up this time with Destiny. Actually, yeah, they announced Destiny 2 as well. Now I'm thinking about it.
Destiny 2 already happened though?
I don't know, maybe they did, but I know that they were talking about it at the Sony.
Because I don't follow Destiny at all.
I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but I know that they were talking about Destiny.
I think it's a new DLC.
No. It's Destiny 2. Like they're coming out with Destiny 2. But
it's like another chapter? Because Destiny 2 already, I think it came out already.
Or not Destiny 2. You're right. I think it is another chapter. Damn it. Yeah, you're right.
So it's that or DLC or like because they've done that before.
Yeah, I know.
Just like, you have to pay for like a separate game.
Yeah, they did that with the first one, which, to me, I'm cool with. Because if they're giving you an add-on, it's basically another part of the game. Yeah, I'll pay for it.
Or how about just wait for the Ultimate Edition where you're able to get all that DLC
and more. Yeah, but then
for the same price.
Yeah, but then the whole fun of it is playing with other people too. So it's like by that time the people who bought it initially would have already been off. They're not going to play it anymore.
Yeah, they're off playing Fortnite. Speaking of Fortnite, they dropped it on the Switch.
Yes,
the same day they announced it.
Yes, they did.
That was pretty insane. And within one day, they reached up to 2 million downloads. That's fucking insane.
Here's what I'm looking forward to. So I don't know if you know anything about Fortnite. I've been dabbling in it. I've been playing it here and there for the past couple weeks. And honestly, I hated it at first. I thought it was retarded and dumb, but it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I'm getting a little bit better.
You're becoming part of the Fortnite.
No, I'm not going to be a
craze.
Fortnite faggot, but what kind of, I don't know, it's fun. It's just one of those like you just jump right in. There's already a shit ton of people playing, so you're going to find a room pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or a lobby pretty quick. But Fortnite has cross-platform play. So
that's true, and that's haven't really been done in a game.
Yeah, exactly. So what makes me happy about that is that, mind you, Fortnite is on mobile.
Yeah.
Which if you ever try to play anything that isn't like a strategy, like a turn-by-turn strategy game on a mobile device, you're not going to be fucking good at it.
Yeah.
So you see all these little like iPhone kids trying to play, and boy, are they bad.
It's funny because I saw this thing on the news recently where they're bringing it up as like, are violent games teaching kids bad things and shooting up schools and shit? Dude, they're doing that again.
Fortnite is rated T for teen. There's no blood. There's no anything.
And they brought up fucking Fortnite, and I was just like, don't bring Fortnite
like,
into
honestly,
this.
It is the most G-rated shooter game imaginable.
There's no blood or guts or anything.
There's no blood. There's no cursing. There's no anything.
And during the news report, I saw they placed 2 little kids in front of like the discussion that they're having. It's like, well, what about Fortnite? Fortnite's teaching kids to shoot other people and stuff, and then these kids are just casually playing.
They're like,
and they just checked out. They're like, no, dude, I'm fucking playing Fortnite. And after they would kill someone, they would emote on them. I was like, oh yeah, because that's what kids would do after they shoot somebody.
Yeah, after you shoot up a school, I'm gonna dab on their bodies or do like the fucking orange. God, what's that dance called? The orange whatever.
Which one's that one? I'm not familiar with the dance moves.
I'm not even gonna like attempt the dance, but anyways, the point is that this is extremely unrealistic.
Yeah, that's like the whole fucking point.
Yeah, and again, there's no blood, there's no guts. These guns look like fucking toys anyway.
Yeah,
some of these guns, like some of the pickaxes are toys.
Yeah,
so it's like it's just a goofy, fun. It's almost like a paintball game, more or less.
Yeah.
But no one ever talks about paintball games. You're talking about painting up their school.
They've made paintball games in the past.
Yeah, I know.
They're trash.
I know, because it's like, well, why would I do that? Like, let's play a shooting game.
Exactly.
Anyway.
There needs to be blood and gore so I can shoot up a school later.
And viscera so I can get that sick kick.
Heck yes. But yeah, Fortnite's on the Switch. I downloaded it on my Switch. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, well,
I'm scared to get to start playing.
Honestly, like, you're gonna lose a lot at first, but that's kind of the fun of it. You kind of learn what to do, what not to do.
Kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like any game ever that doesn't hold your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Tutorials.
Yeah.
But Nintendo had a pretty nice conference. Actually, no, before we get into Nintendo, we're going to talk about the Square Enix conference where they just showed up and like all the announcements that they made earlier. It's like, oh, we're going to make a Marvel game. Oh, we're still working on Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then, well, first of all, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's something that fans have been asking for such a long time.
Yeah, it's weird they would take this long to do it.
Yeah, they've announced it for like 8 years now, and there's like no news.
Yeah, this is like the Incredibles 2 all over again. Like, you guys waited way too long for this.
Yeah, like no one cares now.
Yeah.
And, they dropped the hey, we're going to do a Marvel game, and then no news on that. So it's going to be the Thanos throw your daughter off a cliff simulator. Yeah, and it's like, why would I want to kill my own daughter for 2 hours?
Not fun.
Yeah, not fun shit. But Kingdom Hearts 3, boy, oh my god, all the trailers announced at the Xbox conference and the PlayStation 4 conference. Dude, that was some cool shit. They announced a couple worlds. I'm so excited. I'm actually like I'm shaking based on how excited I am. They announced Frozen, which I'm not a fan of Frozen, but I would imagine if they were to bring Elsa into the world, I was like, that makes sense because she was able to shoot icicles out of her hand.
Yeah, she like legit has powers.
Yeah, like she would be able to keep up with Sora, Donald, and Goofy and shit.
Right.
And they showed a little Ratatouille mini game where they were cooking shit.
Well, okay, yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's yelling on the side of Sora's ear. And
it's fucking raw.
It's fucking raw, you fucking more. And it starts kicking shit everywhere. Grabs some sandwiches, puts it on Sora's head. And what are you?
An idiot sandwich.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Oh, fuck me. Anyway.
Gordon Ramsay's part of the Kingdom Hearts universe.
He is now.
Yes, and then they announced Frozen, which was really cool.
Frozen.
What you're able to do in the Arendelle is actually very neat. You have like this mission where you're sliding down the hill, like doing a little bobsled thing, but with a Goofy shield, and you're trying to dodge all these heartless lasers shooting at you.
Yeah.
And the world looks massive, and that's what they're trying to convey because. All the other Kingdom Hearts games, like they're fairly small because of what you're able to do with it, especially like the technology that they had back then. But now technology has like advanced so much that they're really showing off like, hey, we're making these worlds way bigger.
Exactly. And like just them showing the different characters and different worlds that they can do now.
Yeah.
Especially like the newer franchises. They had like a Wreck-It Ralph in there.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's going to be a Wreck-It Ralph world, but I know his character is in there.
I think it's just a summon.
Oh, okay.
Because Sora was able to summon all these different Disney characters like Chicken Little.
I don't want to go with Chicken. I don't want to go to Chicken Little World and just go to Hawaii, but anyways, but yeah, like
you're able to summon Genie, like that's cool.
Yeah, and like they have like the Athens, Greece for Hercules.
Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Yeah, bringing that back. Danny DeVito is back in action again. I hope so. God, what else did I see? I hope they bring back Tron. Oh,
Well, because in the trailer, for one, they talked about a couple things. For one, they talked about the new Seven Princesses of Light, one that the blonde chick was talking about. Because before they had an original, but now they're having a new one.
Right.
Elsa being one of them,
Right.
obviously.
Well, she's a queen, though.
Yeah. Well, she's still kind of like a princess.
Sure.
Or maybe her sister's one of them, too.
Maybe.
And so we'll have a gay Princess of Light. So wonderful. what we've always been asking for.
Yeah.
In case anyone doesn't know that they actually confirmed that Elsa's going to have a girlfriend.
Wait a minute. Did they really?
I'm dead serious.
Hold on. Keep talking. I'm going to look this up.
Yeah, they seriously confirmed that Elsa is lesbian. She's going to have a girlfriend or possibly have a girlfriend in the next Frozen film.
Hold the phone.
But anyway,
I'm looking this up.
Rapunzel's going to be one of them, obviously, because she's going to be the new Princess of Light. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, what other new Disney properties could they do? Because they're dibbling and dabbling into like Pixar and, all the new Disney movies. Probably Merida. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Brave, it would make sense if she was in there. She would fight with her bow and arrows, and that would work.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
And she's kind of a princess, so if they were able to include Merida into all that, that'd be cool. Or if they were to bring in Moana.
That'd be kind of cool.
I would love to have Moana and Maui fight alongside Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Probably Tiana, the black princess with Princess and the Frog, which I don't know.
What would her power be? Making really good beignets?
Throw it at people, but I don't know if like how that would work, considering like everybody's like a frog and shit.
Maybe she'd be a support. She can like heal you with the beignets. That's about it.
With the Mickey shaped beignets. That'd be fucking dope as shit.
Those are good, by the way.
Yes,
those are. Yeah.
Anybody who goes to Disneyland, go to the New Orleans Square and get yourself a beignet.
Yeah,
that's some delicious diabetic shit.
Yes, it is. Oh, and while you're there, get yourself a mint julep too. Those are good too.
Yeah, those are good. Did you see it?
So they were talking. Yeah, I was looking it up while you were talking, but about Elsa being gay. They're saying they were talking about it. There's hope. They say
it's gonna happen.
I'm sure it will.
It's gonna happen for representation.
All right. Well, whatever. If they don't cram it down your throat, then sure, why not? Because I mean, she didn't really have a male interest in the first one, so it would make sense why she wouldn't in this one as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's all right. That's fine. If they write it in, fine. I have no problem with it.
Yeah. Unless that's the reason why she built Olaf, is to have a male interest because she couldn't get one.
Bang a snowman was fucking Rule 34. What is fucking DeviantArt? We fucking gay?
Yes, we're weebs now.
Ugh.
But speaking of weebs, back to Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm super excited for it because they're bringing back Pirates of the Caribbean, boy.
Oh, that's right.
They had a trailer where it showed how detailed the Pirates of the Caribbean world is, and I guess they're doing the World's End story arc. Where,
okay.
It shows like the ship coming up from the sand dunes and Jack Sparrow's on it. I was like, that kind of looks like a World's End. Mm-hmm. And they got the voodoo black chick in there.
Oh, dude, she looks just like her too.
Everybody looks like the freaking dude with the mutton chops. I was like, dude,
Mr. Gibbs.
Yeah, Mr. Gibbs. He was there. Keira Knightley was there. Orlando Bloom was there. Mm-hmm. Jeffrey Rush was there as Barbossa.
Which actually, you're right, because it might be the World's End storyline because. Orlando Bloom's character didn't look all barnacled out like he did when he became the captain, so he still looks normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that's a good point.
So World's End. And what they're able to do with the combat, you're able to have ship battles, which is so fucking
dope, dude. I was like, hell yeah.
You're able to shoot the anchor into another ship, and Sora jumps on the chain and rides it and jumps on another ship. I was like, dude, that's fucking... You can swim. Yeah. You can go underwater and like explore different parts of the sea. It makes me again question on how big these worlds are.
Yeah.
And so there's that. I'm just super excited to see fucking, and the guy who got the person they got for Jack Sparrow's voice was pretty fucking good.
It sounds like Johnny Depp. I would say it's a little bit more like Johnny Derp, but
close enough.
Still pretty close.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the Johnny Derp.
Now speaking of voice acting, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Kingdom Hearts is notorious for their fucking bad voice acting.
I know, but that's what makes it so good.
They're real bad.
That's what makes it so good. I know Haley Joel Osment's terrible, but he is Sora. You can't.
Yeah, I know.
You can't get rid of that.
Yeah, I know. But still.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm sort of looking forward to the cutscenes because they're awesome to look at.
Yes.
But damn, they're gonna sound fucking stupid.
Yeah, and you know, I can excuse Donald and Goofy because you know they are cartoon characters, obviously.
That's fine. Yeah, they're supposed to sound kind of weird.
And they sound just like Donald and Goofy. It's always been that way since the first Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything looks detailed, and it kind of. Remember the graphics in Final Fantasy 15 on how detailed they looked for the actual people.
I don't think I played 15.
I have 15 if you want to borrow it, but anyway. But the graphics on 15 are very, very detailed from cutscene to actual gameplay. Mm-hmm. They actually look like real people, and Tetsuya Nomura was actually like teasing that they're going to use that same engine that they used with Final Fantasy 15, put them in Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
And seeing the Pirates of the Caribbean world actually like, convinced me that you know they actually care about the whole thing. But you were mentioning how they're doing Tron, but in one of the dialogue they did mention the Door to Darkness. Mm-hmm. And in the Door to Darkness, that was the reason how they got into the Tron world to begin with. Yeah, I'm playing 2 right now, so that's how I'm just like, oh, really? Okay, so they may bring back Tron, at least in the new world. I know they did that in like one of the newer games.
Yeah,
you play like with Jeff Bridges and Olivia Wilde and stuff, and I was like, hey,
look at that.
But I never picked up the game, so yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 I'm really excited for. That's my highly anticipated game possibly of all time.
Were there any other games that like big AAA announcements that were done? Death Stranding, but I haven't seen the trailer for that yet. I've seen the first one that they released like a year or whatever ago.
Dude, Kojima is like the Stanley Kubrick of gaming.
He
Whatever he puts out, he finds a way to make it entertaining. That's like the beauty of Death Stranding, and I've been calling this ever since like the whole announcement of Death Stranding. Was that I really do believe that Hideo Kojima is just bullshitting with us. He's putting out just all these trailers to make us believe that it's Death Stranding, but it's really Silent Hills. I don't know. That's just me. A lot of people are telling me that I'm crazy because I was like, oh, they brought back Norman Reedus. They brought back Guillermo del Toro. They have the same team within PT and shit. I was like,
they're just like they're just making PT or Silent Hills, basically.
Oh, I would fucking love that. That would be one of the most terrifying games of all time, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into it if that is the case.
I keep playing PT. That's how like...
Yeah, I keep playing it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so influential. Like, so many games are trying to copy them and mimic them. Like, Resident Evil 7 did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's how just insane that game, how genius Hideo Kojima really is.
Which, you know, let's be honest, you know, like Resident Evil 7 was still a very good game.
Yeah.
You know?
But it still had that PT vibe.
Yeah.
And you know that's how you know that like Hideo Kojima's like hands into the gaming world has really affected everybody.
He is a master of his craft.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though like a lot of people like, you know, with the whole Metal Gear Solid series and stuff, I still think Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best one ever made.
Oh yeah.
Even like Metal Gear Solid 2 and 1 and 4 and 5, they're all still really good. But dude, there's something special about Metal Gear Solid 3.
Snake Eater was dank.
Was awesome for Snake to climb up a 5-hour ladder and then playing the song was amazing.
It's a meme now. That's how iconic it is. It's a meme.
Absolutely. So I can't wait to see what they do with Death Stranding because you know I trust Hideo Kojima.
I do too.
He knows what he's doing. Even though people are like, oh, that's so weird. I'm like, just let him
give it a shot.
Just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
He's actually working as an independent game maker or game developer.
Yeah, there you go. So he doesn't have that. He doesn't have those restrictions that I'm sure Konami placed on him back in the day.
Fuck Konami, dude. Like this whole time he was just like, dude, this fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with them. But yeah, so I can't wait for Death Stranding. That's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully, it becomes one of the best games ever made in my list of video games. But
let's hope so.
But as far as like Nintendo conferences go, because they announced a couple stuff. They announced like that Pokemon game on the Switch, where it's just like all the handheld Pokemon games that you love in the first place.
But on a home console.
And you could still take it everywhere that you go. But it's going to be on a big screen now, and it's still as detailed as those handheld games. I'm thinking of getting one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have a Switch, so that's gonna be cool. Announced dumb shit like Mario Tennis. They announced Hollow Knight. That's already on the the Switch store.
Yeah.
But the one game that I'm super excited about, even Reggie was just like, I know this is a game you guys have been looking forward to, and that's Octopath Traveler. That is something that's going to be released on the Nintendo Switch store, and all the fans are going to rejoice and say that, hey, the Switch is the best console ever made. And yeah, that's it. That's what we all been waiting for.
I don't even know what Octo Traveler is even supposed to be. I saw the title screen for it, and that was about it.
I thought it was the biggest troll that Reggie did. He was just like, this is something that you guys have been looking forward to for a while, and then you're like, oh, you're like another Legend of Zelda or a Metroid Prime 4, and then
or something.
Yeah, and then Octopath Traveler.
But then he says, just kidding, talking about Smash Bros.
Fuck yes.
Smash Brothers Ultimate or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, Smash Brothers Ultimate, which is another highly anticipated game. We've played Smash Brothers since we were fucking kids.
Yeah, since the one that came out for 64.
The original Super Smash Brothers, and then after the original Super Smash Brothers came out, we got Melee, which we played the shit out of. We always have our cousin come over, and we would have like tournaments and shit like that. Especially we would get involved in tournaments that Best Buy was actually able to do back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was still really cool. But then Brawl came out, which I thought was okay. And then the other Smash Brothers that came out was kind of whatever. But this one was just like, hey, remember all the characters that were in all these other Smash Brothers? Well, they're back. And every single one of them, everybody is back. And I was like, oh my God, they're bringing back Game & Watch.
They're bringing back Meta Knight.
That was my dude. That was my guy. That was my fucking guy.
Yeah, I know, because he's fucking overpowered. That's why.
I fucking love Meta Knight. But
See,
go ahead.
Oh no, well, I was just gonna say that from like a logistical standpoint, as far as that goes, with having so many playable characters, there are going to be balance issues. There will be balance issues, you know, at first until they start like toning back some of the things or powering up others. Like with that many characters being able to interact with each other, there's going to be one or two or maybe more characters that are overpowered, ones that are weaker that no one's going to want to play. So they're going to have a tough time figuring out how to balance these guys out.
Yeah,
and have it play to the strengths of whoever it is that's playing this game.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see just that in itself. But the roster is going to be just massive. It's going to be a massive roster of just every single Smash character that's ever existed.
You got Pac-Man and Mega Man.
Yep, Pac-Man, Mega Man, and
it's so cool.
And Sonic the Hedgehog are too slow.
The Sonic Fighting Academy is arriving.
Yeah,
in the Super Smash Brothers.
That's right.
You're gonna get fucking Tolls.
You get Tolls. You're gonna get Sarnog the Hedgehog.
And you're gonna get
Rabognarg.
And you're gonna get Black Sonic.
Yep. Black Sonic. I think he's called Shade or something.
Yeah, Shade the Hedgehog.
Shade the Hedgehog, and then you're also going to get Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
Cold Steel
the Hedgehog. Nothing Personnel Kid.
Oh Lord, I would love to see that.
If they put that in there, or like have that one to be like his color variant.
Yeah.
Where like 10 people play Kirby, there's gonna be like different colored Kirbys.
Yeah.
Have that be one of the color variants of Sonic. Purple with fucking like piercings and Jinko jeans. My God. That'd be amazing.
It's a dream come true.
Oh yeah.
Now I want Smash. But yeah, we're really looking forward to Smash Brothers, only for the fact that you're able to have all these characters and possibly play online. That's probably gonna be something that
they're going to have to, but it remains to be seen whether or not they're going to. I'm sure they will, but they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, they're fixing up a little bit of the combat systems where they're able to switch up like what they're able to do with the shielding thing that you're able to do, that little bubble that forms around them.
Yeah.
Because, don't get me wrong, these past Smash games have been a little bit overpowered because you go attack so many times until your combos run out, and that's an advantage for the person to actually combo on that other person and just kill them. So they're actually making it a little bit less powerful. And if you dodge too much, because some of these characters are just so fast, they're able to dodge so many times. And
Fox.
Like fucking Fox and Falco.
Yeah.
It's insane. And they're fixing all that stuff. So I'm interested to see that they're actually changing the gameplay.
They're going to need some pretty good servers to host the online play, though, because the thing that Smash Brothers relies on is that split-second timing that you have to either counter or dodge or attack or whatever. So it's going to be tough to see them be able to implement that into the online play, because if it lags at all, that can mean the difference between you winning and losing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it kind of sucks, but I mean,
yeah.
Speaking of it being suckage, I mean, like Smash Brothers Brawl online was fucking garbage.
Yeah, which is why I'm not too. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little skeptical on this whole thing because I've been hurt before and I don't want to be hurt again.
Exactly, and Nintendo isn't exactly known for its online play. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they're known for all their wonderful platformers and all the colorful designs to all these characters.
Sure.
Yeah, they're easily recognizable and stuff. But yeah, that's. Is there anything in E3 that kind of stood out to you?
That we missed? Oh, that stood out. Elder Scrolls.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were going crazy about Elder Scrolls. But I've never played a single.
They just released the screenshot from the title screen.
It's like, hey, we're developing this. Oh yeah, Cyberpunk 2077.
Which one's that?
That's the one that they've announced for so many years, and it has that cyberpunk feel.
Oh really?
To it. No shit. So everything's all Blade Runner, looking at Ghost in the Shell, all this futuristic properties that we have, but combining it into one.
Oh, kind of cool.
And obviously, you're diving into artificial intelligence and stuff, and
right.
It looks like a couple robots are going rogue, and a couple replicants are like trying to fight Ryan Gosling and shit. That's gonna be in the fucking video game, but
a couple synths.
I'm just excited for it just for the setting alone, because I want to roam through a futuristic city where it's just shit.
Yeah,
it's pretty to look at, but deep down it's a shitty society.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to all that. Is there anything else on Elder Scrolls? I kind of
All right, all right. So let's go ahead and do this. What is your most anticipated game?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
All right, well there you go.
That's it.
Oh, I'd probably say Fallout, the new Fallout 76.
Okay, that's fair. So I mean, hopefully anybody from Bethesda or Square Enix is listening. Please make the game good, because
that's all we're asking. We're not asking too much, bud. Just keep. Actually, you know what? Just keep doing you. Yeah. All right, you're gonna make a good game. We believe in you, Bethesda employee and Square Enix employee. Konnichiwa.
Take the time that you need.
Yeah.
Because we're in a culture now where like if they announce that a game that's gonna be coming out a certain day and they delay it, and then we wouldn't mind, because we're just like, make the game as best as you can make it. All it is
we'll wait for it if we have to.
Exactly.
No big deal.
We'll play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Good God.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that's basically all our thoughts on E3. There's a couple games that they announced and stuff. No new systems, which I kind of figured, because all this stuff that they announced, like there's no way they would introduce like a PlayStation 5 or Xbox 2.
So it'd be Xbox One, yeah, I guess it would be. I don't know. Or it might be something just completely different, like the Xbox Steve.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, something stupid like that.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention Cuphead 2 was announced.
Oh, that's right,
They're doing Cuphead. I haven't played the first one, but I'm just a huge fan of that old school 1930s cartoon style.
Yeah.
Where I need to play the first one. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a sale on Steam where they're able to give it to you for like $5, and then when the second one's coming out, then you can actually you have a good run, a good like consistency within the gameplay of Cuphead.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, that's our thoughts on E3. So we're gonna head into something a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
A little bit more because I've been hyping up a story for you, because I really want to see your reaction, because it's hilarious as shit.
I haven't looked at the news specifically because I don't want to know anything about whatever it is you're going to tell me.
Okay. So an actor was this whole Me Too movement. People are coming out saying that we've been sexually harassed or raped and stuff, and good for the people coming out for expressing their stories and stuff, because those people need to be heard and get rid of all the shitbags, so I can step in and become a filmmaker and be like, hey, this is what I can do
and fill the void of people getting fired.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying I'm gonna be the new Roman Polanski where you just freaking bang a 13-year-old after drugging them. Yeah, that's what he did. It's kind of fucked up. He did. But I'm saying that, hey, I can't wait to fucking fill their place and actually do a service by making good movies.
Yeah, and not being a scumbag in the process.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the actors that was accused of all the Me Too movie, your boy, Kevin Spacey.
Oh, well, I knew that.
Is making a Hollywood comeback.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yes.
I thought you were saying that he was accused. I'm like, I fucking knew that already. We've been joking about that for months.
He was accused, but people hate him.
Right. So he's making a Hollywood comeback. How? What is he doing?
He's going to be in a movie.
Okay. All right.
I can't wait to share the title with you because it's the most hilarious, most memeable thing.
All right. Hold on. Before you give me the title of this movie,
it's fucking hilarious.
Is it going to be little boys?
Close.
Is it going to be, you got to pay the troll toll to get into this boy's hole?
Close.
Damn it. All right. Well, what is it?
It's called the Billionaire Boys Club.
Fuck me. That cannot be
Dude, that's a fucking real thing.
That cannot be the name of a movie he's going to star in. That can't be. Especially with all the shit that he's been going through. That can't be.
And guess who's starring in it?
Okay, hold on. So, obviously Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Two things about the title. What was it, Billionaire Boys Club, you said?
The Billionaire Boys Club.
So first off, it sounds gay as shit. It sounds homosexual. Now,
well, he's a gay man, remember?
Right, I know, that's what I'm saying. So that's joke number one. Joke number two, the boys, it couldn't be the Millionaire Men Club?
Nope, it had to be Billionaire Boys. That's why he signed on in the first place, because he saw boys and he's like, oh, well,
where do I sign?
Where do I sign? And
Jesus Christ. All right, who's going to be in it?
Your boy Ansel Elgort from Baby Driver.
Oh my God.
This is a real thing that's happening.
Who greenlit this? Who said this was a good idea?
I don't know. Probably he filmed it beforehand, but
Jesus. Maybe they're just holding on to it. Yeah. Like, okay, let's wait for this to blow over and we'll get our money back for this thing we already filmed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I was a fucking director and made this movie, I'd be like, yeah, I kind of want to put this movie out because I don't want all my time and effort being for nothing to where people don't see it.
Yeah.
Because that's why people make movies, is for other people to see it.
Well, money, but...
I mean, money's good, but you want to make a good movie too. So you don't want to focus entirely on that, but just actually making a movie and going like, well, fuck, it's there.
Yeah.
With Kevin Spacey and Billionaire Boys Club.
Billionaire Boys Club, god damn it.
Yes, that has happened. I saw that in the news, and I was just like, no fucking way.
That's like Bill Cosby making a comeback in a movie that's titled "Drinks on Me." You know,
or it's talking about old men reliving their youth.
Yep, starring
Robert De Niro and Morgan Freeman.
Starring Robert Fuck Trump De Niro.
Oh Lord, you heard of it? I showed you.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I was just like, "Are you serious?" Like, look,
super random.
I don't like Trump as much as the next guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's sure.
Yeah,
well, like, you know, a lot of people don't, but like, Jesus Christ, dude, like, you're a grown man. Like, what are you, 13 years old? Like, when you fucking shop at Hot Topic, just I want to be edgy for the sake of being edgy. There's no substance to what I'm saying. I'm just gonna say it for the sake of saying it. You asked, you're like 80 years old. All right, so for those of you who don't know the story, the Tony Awards were going on, and it's basically the like the Oscars of, you know, Broadway plays, things like that,
which they deserve because, you know, they're a craft in itself.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so more power to them. But Robert De Niro comes up, just literally out of nowhere, just no lead up, no anything. Hey everybody, fuck Trump, and everyone just cheers. Oh my God, the greatest thing you've ever said in the history of Broadway. I'm like, all right, guys.
Because that's like a 13-year-old insult. And it's just like...
Yeah, it's like, Trump is your booger brain. Everyone just, cheers.
It's so funny.
It's like
they cheered for like a good 20, 25 seconds. Like, count to 20. That's how long that they clapped for it.
And it's just like, it's cringy to the point where it's like, it's almost like... It's almost to the extreme that, like, someone were to say, "Oh, fuck Obama."
Yeah, it's just like no one cares anymore.
It's just like, I don't know. It's frustrating, especially when it's Robert fucking De Niro. Like,
yeah, he's like he's one of my favorite actors ever.
I know, and now it's just like, come on, dude. Just like Kevin Spacey. Like Kevin Spacey was he used to be one of my favorite actors
until Billionaire Boys Club.
Until he started touching little boys.
Oh Lord!
Took a page out of Jared from Subway's book.
And Michael Jackson's. May he rest in peace.
Man.
But sorry, he did go through that.
Yeah, that's right.
But I didn't like the whole De Niro thing because after they clapped for like a good 20-25 seconds, they freaking just, after they were done, he was all like, that's what he's called now. He's called Donald fuck Trump. And I was just like, oh no. Come on, De Niro, you're better than this.
Right, like
we like you.
Makes some like good state, like it's just an insult. It's just a lame insult. Like I'm not even mad at the fact that he doesn't like Trump. I could care less about any of that shit. That's just the way he did it.
Yeah, it's all about delivery.
Yeah, he didn't do it well.
Yeah. Ugh. It's it's like the Square Enix conference at E3. They just showed up and dipped, and you're just like, well, what the fuck? What was the point?
I want to compare Square Enix to Robert De Niro, but yeah.
But there's that, and there's a little couple of news stories that we had on our minds for a little bit. But our last segment that we're going to do actually is going to be something that we wanted to do for a long time, and we actually do this like on our free time whenever we're hanging out. Is we'll go on Twitter and we will see all these news stories happening, and we will give our immediate reaction. And the beautiful thing about news is that, like, again, you don't really know what's going on; it just happens. So we give our immediate reactions as to what's happening right now. So I'll kind of go through Twitter, and I really wish you guys see this, but so you're gonna hear it through our commentary. So
right,
absolutely, it's gonna be pretty cool in our opinion. Hope you guys like it. So I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm seeing all the trends. What's going on Twitter? Number one thing that's trending right now actually is Flag Day. And
all right.
Why Americans are celebrating Flag Day on June 14th. Seems like a very American thing.
Sure.
It seems like.
Yeah.
On this day in 1777, Congress approves the stars and stripes design for the national flag. Okay, so because of that, that's how we get.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's basically like them celebrating, like, okay, this is the design we're going with, not the big, white circle with that black X looking thing in the middle with the red around it. I'm not gonna go with that one.
Oh, I don't know about that. But they did the 13 colonies and shit like that,
right,
with the little stars and circles and stuff.
Sorry, that was a circle in there already. I was making a Nazi joke, but man, you're right.
Yeah, I was like, Nazis weren't quite around back then. That'll give them another 200 years, and then they'll show up. Good Lord, that's a long fucking time. One guy says fags.
And we're back.
And we're back to modern times. Anyway, one person says flags are worthless pieces of cloth which, when fetishized and idolized in conjunction with propaganda, can be used to manufacture support for military bloodbaths around the world and facilitation of plutocratic agendas.
I can understand what he's saying. However,
This is a woman saying this.
I can understand what she is saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really feel like flags aren't necessarily, they're a banner for those who are part of a specific group or country or whatever.
Yeah.
To say, like, this is my symbol.
Yeah.
And like you apply whatever meaning you want to it because it's whatever. But flags in itself, they are representations of a certain people, of a certain group or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And yeah, there are bad flags. You look at the big old Nazi flag, you look at a KKK flag, you look at,
they all represent something.
Yeah, they all represent something. You know what I mean?
Whether it's good or bad or you don't agree with it, and that's fine.
Yeah, but I think you need to look at a flag objectively and just be like, yeah, this is something that just, represents a specific group. You don't have to necessarily like that group. And apparently this girl does not like America.
Yeah.
She don't like America.
She must be a
communist.
An ISIS member.
She must be an ISIS, communist, fascist, every shist member.
Every shist member. So that's Flag Day that's happening.
Okay.
Apparently, soccer is happening. The World Cup. I don't really follow soccer.
I'm American, so I don't care. Moving on.
Well, we're Mexican, so we're supposed to like soccer.
God damn it.
But these are teams that I don't really follow. It's Russia and Saudi Arabia. They're going up against each other today, I think.
It's gonna be a stadium full of people drunk on vodka and men beating their wives.
Yes. Oh Lord.
Fantastic.
Yes. That's the World Cup for you.
Nice.
World Cup Russia 2018. Okay. Dumb shit like Thursday thoughts. Oh, this is another good story. So you know Drake, right?
Yeah, the guy with the eyebrows.
Yeah, the guy who is deadbeat dad but made a song about empowering women. But
yeah.
Drake. So you know how he was in that show Degrassi?
Yeah, he was that crippled kid because he got shot in the spine.
Yeah. And he ended up being a rapper, weirdly enough, but he's making it. Good for him.
Yep.
But in one of his videos for his song "I'm Upset," he reunites with the Degrassi cast.
Oh shit!
So that kind of makes me go like, "Hey, that's kind of cool."
That, you know what?
He's going back to his roots.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Good. There's a picture of it right here. Look at this.
Oh hell yeah!
It's the Degrassi cast.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys can look it up on YouTube on the I'm Upset. We're not in any way, shape, or form supporting Drake because I don't think he's that good of a rapper.
He's really not, but people seem to like him, and whatever, more power to them, I guess.
He's doing something right. I mean, fuck, we're here on a podcast talking about him, so he must be doing something right.
Right.
But yeah, that happened with the whole Degrassi thing, and I'm upset. Okay, nothing really going on. Conor McGregor, okay, dumb shit, LGBTQ stuff. Fired Tesla workers still love Elon Musk, which I can imagine because he's kind of a meme at this point. Hold on, give me 1 second, because again, that's the thing with the news is like you come across something, you're like, oh shit, nothing's really happening, and
all right. Well, while you're looking for that, keep looking for some news stories, and save them when you.
Find them, okay, this is cool. I just came across something. A Stranger Things game.
Oh,
is
like
coming.
Like a video game?
A video game, yes. Oh. But guess who's doing it?
Epic Games. I don't know.
Telltale.
It's gonna be one of those.
I like the Telltale series. You get to choose your own adventure.
It's like a choose your own adventure book, but it's a video game.
They did that with Guardians, and I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't know. They did it with. They also did it with The Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the new photos for Wonder Woman 1984 came out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
They announced the title of the sequel to Wonder Woman. It's going to be based in 1984.
Oh, really?
And here is a picture of your boy Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. Which
he's an old man in a tracksuit.
Which is like, oh shit, he survived that plane explosion.
Yep.
So he's still alive.
Interesting.
There's another photo of Gal Gadot looking at TV screens, all Batman-like. But I can't find it right now. Yeah, you can look it up later.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are offering their theories, which I really don't care. I just want to watch them. I just want to watch the movie because Wonder Woman was it was enjoyable. I mean,
as far as a DC movie goes, it was.
But CG, they got to get somebody different for that CG because it's fucking.
It's pretty bad.
It's fucking terrible.
Maybe they can borrow someone from the Marvel team.
Yeah, like actually, all their $300 million went to something that actually did something. Mm-hmm. Like, look with Thanos, it looks fucking cool.
Think about that for a second. Like the budgets for both of those movies were about the same.
Yeah,
and yet we have Justice League, and then we have Infinity War. Think about that for a second. Let that sit.
Oh God, but that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, they brought back the director from first Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, which she did a fair job. Mm-hmm. You know, I hope she learned all the mistakes that's happened in the first Wonder Woman and actually correct them in the second one. So I'm excited. I like when filmmakers learn from their mistakes and they're able to, you know, incorporate that into their next movies. Like, hey, I've done this better, and you know that's always cool for like room for improvement. So I can't wait to see what she does with Wonder Woman 2.
Hey, speaking of improvement, I want to talk about this for a while, but IHOP.
Oh my God, that's IHOP. Right. That was about to slip my mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to let you forget about that. IHOP is no longer going to be IHOP with a P, as in panda. It's going to be IHOB, B as in bear.
I remember that the morning they announced that, just out of nowhere, there's like they flipped the P and made it into a B. And
and it was just one of those like, All right,
That's
well,
weird, but okay.
Yeah.
People were like,
what does the B stand for?
breakfast, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense because
Yeah.
that's the only thing that people go to IHOP for.
Yeah, is there breakfast? Which, like, okay, International House of Breakfast.
Yeah,
great. It makes sense.
You're drunk at 1 in the morning, and you're like, I want some food, and then you'd go to IHOP. And breakfast for dinner is always fantastic.
Yeah, Brenner is always great. I love it.
Absolutely. I would always go to IHOP if I was like, I almost said wasted, but I've never been to IHOP wasted.
No.
But if I wanted like a late night meal, that's IHOP is definitely the place to go. Mm-hmm. So they flipped the P around.
Yeah, they flipped the P to a B, and the B doesn't stand for what you think it stands for. It stands for burgers for some fucking reason.
Yeah, they're like, it doesn't stand for breakfast anymore. It doesn't?
It doesn't? Like, well, then what does it stand for? And it stands for burgers.
And then people are like,
what?
When was the last time I ordered a fucking burger at IHOP?
I don't think I've ever, like, in my entire lifetime. I've been to IHOP a few times in my lifetime. It's they're everywhere. But I don't think I've ever ordered a burger at IHOP.
I think I got a video idea of us going to IHOP trying a burger for the first time.
Let's give it a shot, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a burger from IHOP.
I've never. We'll do a legit food review.
Yeah, we'll do fucking like horrible cancerous food reviews, but we'll record us eating a fucking IHOP burger.
Terrible content. Here we come.
It's IHOP. Hey guys, we're gonna do the Don't Judge Me challenge along with it.
Not a bad idea. Let me write that down.
Oh God, no! Don't put the Don't Judge Me challenge.
No, fuck the Don't Judge Me challenge. I'm talking about getting a burger at IHOP.
Yeah, that's a good little idea. So hey. I mean, I guess it's a campaign. I mean, they're just trying to promote all their burgers. I guess they got extra beef in stock, so they're just trying to sell.
We're trying to sell it out. We need to get rid of this beef. I just imagine it being like one of those like used car commercials. Hey, everybody, come on down to Crazy Meats Meat. We got beef. We got more beef. We got beef. We're selling beef like crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to sell beef.
There you go. That's what IHOP's doing. They're a crazy car salesman.
That's what it is.
That just won't leave you alone, and people aren't letting this go because they're memeing the shit out of this.
Oh hell yeah!
And it's beautiful. Good Lord, I love it. But yeah, everybody knows the story of IHOP and IHOP. So another story I came across is actually very interesting. I read up on this like fucking insane. So George Lucas, he's the man behind such wonderful movies such as Howard the Duck.
And let's not forget American Graffiti.
Yes, and THX 1138.
Yep.
So that guy, right?
Yeah. Let's not also forget the Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh yeah, that's
movie.
right. And Strange Magic.
Shit, that's right.
Yeah,
we're really getting weird on this one.
Oh Lord, but he revealed what he was actually going to do with the Star Wars sequels.
And wait, so the like 8, 9, 10, you mean?
No, 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9, yeah.
Yeah. So, Disney completely did away with his idea.
Okay, so what was his idea?
Okay, so I'm reading up on it. It says, details have emerged on the story he was planning for episodes 7 and 9. Plus, he admits that a lot of the fans would have hated it anyway.
Oh, all right.
Which is kind of like a little
off, but all right. So what was his ideas?
He says the next 3 Star Wars films were going to get into a microbiotic world, but there's this world of creatures that...
I hate it already.
It sounds like he's diving into midichlorians again.
Ugh.
But anyway, there's this world of creatures that operate differently than we do. I call them the Wills. Like the guardians of the Wills. Like the people who originated from the Force.
Ugh.
I know who the Wills are.
Yeah.
And the Wills are the ones who actually control the universe. They feed off the Force. If I held on to the company, I could have done it, and then it would have been done. Of course, a lot of fans would have hated it, just like they did with the Phantom Menace and everything, but at least the whole story from beginning to end would be told. Which I can respect to a certain... Because, like, this guy is a storyteller, whether you like it or not. But the midichlorians thing, it's like... I get it, but I don't get it. Because Obi-Wan does describe it being an energy field that surrounds us.
Right, and, penetrates us, like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So
not like Kevin Spacey.
But it's like, yeah, so like in the original trilogy, they make it out like it's a mystic force. Like, it would be the equivalent... It would be the equivalent of, can you measure God in the real world?
Yeah.
Can you measure his existence? Like, well, no, it's just like it's a feeling. It's, one of those things that you can't really put a number to.
Yeah.
But then they went and put a number to it in, the Phantom Menace.
As far as like energy fields go and stuff like that, as Obi-Wan describes it, but for it's just like any other regular energy field, which kind of goes into the cons of how they made into midichlorians, because they added like a scientific, explanation to it.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little bit more realistic, but at the same time, that kind of takes the fantasy out of Star Wars. You don't want to worry about that science shit. You just don't. I mean, you can be the biggest science nerd possible, and then go like, I kind of want all that stuff thrown out the window, and I want this to happen.
Yeah, there's like a sense of mystery. Like, I don't want to know every single like working detail of this thing.
Yeah, and that's what the Force makes it so cool. But then George Lucas comes out and he's like, yeah, I would have done more with the midichlorians and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, I can see a lot of people hating that.
Yeah, and someone's like, he was going to make the midichlorians trilogy. Some people are saying, we'll be grateful that you have the Disney Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can disagree with them all you want, but I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And people are saying that George Lucas come back. We'd rather see that than Kylo Ren, which is...
I don't know about that.
Which is weird enough, because Kylo Ren's a very good character. But one guy says, it's a shame that learning more about the Force was shelved after the fans' hate on midichlorians. Lucas has always said that the Force isn't a religion, but a living thing. And like every living thing, the Force too has its components that allow it to exist and live among life.
Okay.
Which is understandable.
Interesting, but I just still don't want to see that version of a movie.
But that's essentially what George Lucas was trying to do, and we're not getting it.
Yeah.
Oh well. Too bad. So sad. Going to gaming. Okay, it looks like Smash Brothers are bringing back the Hyrule Fight Club, which is that big old stadium.
Yes! God, yes! The fucking Hyrule level.
The best level in the entire fucking game in Smash lore history.
Yep.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts getting Pirates of the Caribbean world music. Not a whole lot's happening, and that's okay, because there's gonna be some days where it's just gonna be just news left and right,
and other days not so much.
Yeah, because now I'm getting like hashtag I got blocked. Like I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about like Twitter trends.
Yeah, hashtag alien archaeologist will think. It's like, what?
Yeah, fuck that.
Who does this? ComSciCon? What's it's like a science fiction convention?
Comic Sci-Con?
That's weird.
Sounds a bit redundant, but all right.
But yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm getting on Twitter.
All right, fair enough.
Hopefully that was entertaining enough that we'll absolutely do from time to time. Like I said, Twitter's just full of just random news, whether it's like shit, nothing's happening. That's how we get all these dumb fucking hashtags to, there's like actually some stuff going on.
Right, there's actual news.
Yeah, within entertainment or gaming or music or technology or anything that kind of makes us distracted from all the real world problems that's going on within the world, such as this podcast, which is, it's supposed to feel like you guys hanging out when you're forgetting all your problems. And that's kind of essentially what we're trying to do.
Exactly. We're escaping with you, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's very inconsistent, but you know what? That's fun. I believe that we've kind of talked about everything that we need to talk about for these for this entire week. And
yeah, for this podcast.
Yeah, so
I'm sure there'll be more stuff to talk about the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. So join us next week for the 6th episode of Arratikast, which honestly we don't know what we're going to talk about.
And that's the beauty of it.
Absolutely. And we're because we already saw Incredibles 2, so that's the previous episode. You guys can check that out in the description box below. I'm going to leave a link to that. Also, I was about to say, join us for the Twitter series that we're going to do, but we already did that. So hopefully you guys like that. Something new we're trying out. Just so it feels natural and, and it just flows well. So anything else you have to say?
Nothing else that I want to add.
All right. So, check out the previous episode and be sure to tune back next week. We honestly don't know when we're supposed to drop that episode, but it's definitely going to be next week. So we'd be happy for you guys to join us and then have a awesome time with us just talking about dumb shit.
That's right.
That's right. It's just been a big week because of like E3 and movies and stuff. It's been a really, really big week. So yeah, we're gonna close this episode out. And my name is Ryan Jacob. I have HIV and dying next week, probably next month.
And this is Critical. And God, what did I have?
You had hepatitis C.
Right. And I have a hepatitis C in my nipples.
Yes. Oh, I miss old Critical.
I do too.
Anyway,
Come back to us, Critical.
But that'll be another episode
for another time.
So we'll probably talk about that's the thing. We'll probably talk about YouTubers.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we'll whatever. We'll see. Anyways,
well, we're not going to insult them or anything.
We've been saying goodbye for too long. Let's close this out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. See you guys next time.
See ya.